Wednesday, May 26th. We're getting the stream started here. Little technical difficulties this morning. But hey, it's a Wednesday. What do you expect? Little welcome music for you guys. What's up, Sarab? Yeah, little technical difficulties this morning on a Wednesday. It's 8 a.m., 8:05. And I have already woke up at 6. Woke up at 6 this morning. I've already worked out, started my campaigns, did some GME action, and went on a hike. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm basically done. So I figured, why not play a little guitar and talk some smack with Sarab, Stefan, and a few others. It's been a little while since last I streamed. I think, yes, last week we just did Monday, and today's Wednesday. So if you're alive and well watching the live stream, hello. And if you're watching the replay, what's up to you? That's my morning ditty, having a blast with it. What's up, Ali? All right, so now Adam's here. We got some people showing up. It was a very strange thing. I started a live stream earlier, and YouTube's acting really funny for me today. But look, either way, morning coffee cheers with a monster. Yeah, started a live stream, but for some reason, I can usually monitor myself on my computer, but today it won't do it. And so I didn't think it was working, so I killed it and started a new stream. And now you guys are here, so it looks like everything's working, man. With a new stream, Stefan says, I've missed your streams. I listen to them at work. That's cool, man. I do too. This morning on my hike, I listened to I've been listening to it off and on. There's a great podcast with Joe Rogan and Action Bronson. They're talking about everything you can imagine, from Action Bronson losing 130 pounds during quarantine. They're talking about creativity, music, comedy, all that kind of stuff. Really good episode if you've... I like Action Bronson. I think he's pretty cool. His music's really cool. I like it for for a bit. You know, I can listen to 3, 4, 5 songs in a row. Then it's off to something else. But I think he's a cool guy. He has a pretty cool life. He does like 3 or 4 things and they're all pretty huge. His music is pretty big. His cooking stuff is pretty big. Everything is pretty big. He was pretty big. He was 385. Now he's like 250. During quarantine. You know, everybody said quarantine 15 and it was like, well, you don't have to do that. You don't have to get fat during quarantine. It's just, everybody kind of used that as the new excuse. I did. But I'm kicking in a pretty healthy lifestyle right now. Recently, I've been asking myself, what do healthy people do? Like, if you want to be a healthy person. I read this, there was a blog post from, I think, Seth Godin, just a couple of days ago. It said, I can't remember exactly how he said it, but it was something like, the way that I took it was, kind of like fake it till you make it. You can fake it till you make it. If you want to be something, pretend that you're that thing, and pretty soon you'll become that thing. Like if you want to be a guitar player, start pretending you're a guitar player and do what guitar players do. Just act like a guitar player. Fake it. Get a guitar, play it every day. Practice. That's what guitar players do. And if you pretend to be a guitar player long enough, you'll become a guitar player. If you want to be a healthy person, pretend you're a healthy person for a while. And pretty soon you'll be a healthy person. So lately I've been asking myself, because I don't really consider myself a naturally healthy person. I have to work for it. But one of the questions I ask myself is, what does a healthy person do? Well, a healthy person wakes up in the morning, has coffee, works out, goes on a hike, feeds the animals, doesn't sit in the house all day, sits outside, talks to people, hangs around with people, eats good food, and then pretty soon, if you do that, you become a healthy person. You can literally transform yourself by faking it. Faking it till you're making it. It's funny. If you want to be an affiliate marketer, pretend you're one. Start pretending. Do what they do. Learn Photoshop and HTML. Make ads. Make landing pages. Experiment. Save your money. Take some risks. So instead of watching Netflix, you're making ads. Instead of binge drinking, you're reading about landing page optimizations or practicing HTML code. And guess what? If you pretend to be an affiliate marketer for a year, you will be one at the end of the year. Doesn't mean you'll be rich, it means you'll be in the game. But it stuck with me big time, and so I asked myself, like, I want to be a healthy person. I'm not naturally. I'm naturally a pretty dark person, bent on self-destruction, anger, vengeance, jealousies, insecurities, like all that anxiety and everything. But I want to be a healthy person. So these days I do what healthy people do. I pretend I'm healthy. I've gone for 2 hikes a day for this is the 3rd day. And my neighborhood has a lot of hills. So it's a decent hike. And I feel so damn good. And I'm eating pretty healthy. And I'm taking care of myself. I'm pretending to be healthy. And by pretending, I'm becoming. Math Adams is in the house. He says, AMC, baby. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. This morning I woke up and GME was at $2.33. AMC was at like $18. And this is all good news for me because for the second or third time in a row, I was doing some day trading on one of those stocks and I got stuck holding the bag for quite a bit. And this recent push on the meme stocks saved me. I got out of it. And it looks like it's going to the moon, man. It could be going to the moon, boys. I saw people on Reddit today were predicting it would hit $22,000 or $2,200 today. It's like, okay, that'd be insane. But I also saw when someone posted, you know, kind of a joke, but they were saying that it was going to hit 2 million per share. Could you imagine? If you have one share of GME and you got it for like 50 bucks, you know, you're 16 years old, 18 years old, and then it blasts to 2 million on the big squeeze. And then imagine you missed it. Like you weren't paying attention and it goes to $2 million a share. You paid $50 and then it drops and crashes to $20 and you lose $30 and you could have had 2 million. Woo, that'd be a bad day. Matt says, crazy week, AMC almost up 50% in 3 days. Yeah, that's insane, man. One of the craziest, wildest, most volatile things I've ever seen. The best thing is to watch all of the quote-unquote experts talk about, they're trying to cover it, but it doesn't make any sense. So they're going, it's over, everyone's going to lose all their money, and then they're like, wait, everyone's becoming multi-millionaires. We were wrong. Of course this was going to work, you know. Quote-unquote experts, you know. I wonder how many teenage millionaires have been made on this thing. Or very young people, you know, like 21 and under. I would assume quite a few. And then some people are going to lose everything as well. That's how it works. But you know, good luck to everybody. I hope everybody makes $1 million on it. I think it's fantastic. I hope somebody out there took their last $1,000 and bought AMC at like $7 the other day. You know, now that it's, let's say it hits 21 today, that would be what, you make like $3 grand. So yeah, I want to check in with you guys and see how the hell you're doing. Sarab says, I miss the pre-COVID days. He says, hiking is great. I miss the pre-COVID days. You can still hike. That's one of the things that they didn't make illegal. Except for a short amount of time in LA, it was illegal to go outside. I think it was illegal to walk your dog. But I'll tell you this, man, things are coming back to normal. I mean, you hesitate to say anything like that because tomorrow could bring the greatest surge in cases and deaths in history. Sarab says, we're locked down here. Oh, I forget, we got people from all over the world. Where are you, Sarab? Are you in India? Math has a marketing question. It says, any tips on running crypto Forex on Taboola? Looks like you have to bend the guidelines. Not really. I don't have any tips. If you're going to have to bend the guidelines, I'm not going to give you tips on how to bend the guidelines, dude. I'd talk to your rep, see what other people are doing, and try it. Let them deny it. And if they deny it, have them tell you why. One of the best things about native ads, man, that's how I can answer this, is you have a rep. So the game would be, for you, would be to upload your campaign. They will probably, if they deny it, ask them why. And this is the beauty of native ads. It's not like Facebook or Google, where it's hard to get customer service. They may be better at it now than they used to be, but they've been notorious for not helping you, especially affiliates. If you're selling other people's products, they hate you. But if it gets denied, ask them why, and they'll tell you. I've had campaigns denied multiple times and then finally talked to a rep. And they'll tell me that it's just a word. Like instead of say you can do something, you have to say you could do something. That's it. But if it's a known vertical that's banned on the network, I have no advice for you. Yeah, so Sarab's in India. Yeah, sorry, dude. Yeah, so you guys are still getting hit pretty strong. I mean, I try to stay tuned out of the news, but the last I read was things were going pretty bad. So, man, I wish you happiness and healthiness and safety, and hope you and your friends and your family are all right. In Los Angeles right now, it feels like things are returning to normal. A lot of places are open, and they're saying by next month, in about 2 weeks, we're going to be fully open again, and then you see what happens. I can tell you this, in my mind, I've made a mental shift. And I don't downplay the danger of this thing, but I just personally decided that I'm not going to be terrified of it anymore. After the 2020 year, I've decided I will never live another year in fear like that again. I can't. I mentally couldn't do it again. I'm a pretty cautious person, and a hand washer and all these kind of things. But I could never go through another year where I hide in my house, scared that there's some gas in the air that's gonna kill me. That's how I felt in the very beginning, man. You know, when we didn't know, we were all terrified. I would put on a mask to take off my trash, a full-on wraparound mask to take out the trash, because, you know, who knew at that time, like, this stuff could be floating through the air? Really? You know, with almost tears in my eyes. You're like, oh my God. Locked all my doors, didn't have anybody over, and just kind of was scared for a year. And I just decided I will never do that again. I will never be scared like that again. Not so scared that I locked myself in my house and lock everyone else out. But of course, things could change on a moment's notice, and we could get a huge spike in the US and lockdown, and who knows. But lately I've been feeling pretty good. I've been getting back out in society. I've gone to a few stores. I've gone to a few antique stores and vintage shops and, you know, looked at records and clothes and stuff again. And if they have a mask policy, I put my mask on. If they don't, I don't. Unless I want to. What's up, Jen? She says lockdown in Ontario, Canada still. And yes, I agree. Don't let it scare you. That's mentally worse. And then you got Sarab in India. Said I felt the same way since the beginning, but sometimes I get so scared when I hear someone succumbed to COVID. Yeah, that's the terrifying thing. That's why I'm not sure. No one is. No one knows what the hell's going on. I mean, today I saw in the news Dr. Fauci he's now admitting that he funded part of the research that would lead to a virus like this in the Wuhan lab. This was a conspiracy theory last year, a dangerous, bizarre conspiracy theory. But now he's come out and said, yes, we funded it. Partly, we gave them money. I don't know. Don't want to get stuck on COVID anyway. But it gets stranger every day, guys. Little update on the album, Cowboy in the Sunshine. I've had a lot of good feedback on the vinyl record. Thank God. Because the company that I use to print the vinyl records, they do them one at a time. And so I didn't get to test it before I put them up for sale, which might have been a mistake. I ordered one, but you know, it takes a week to come. And I bought a little terrible record player just to test this record with. Very cheap, like a $50 record player. And I put my own album on it to see what it sounded like. And I'll tell you, that was kind of a weird experience to have this record, like a vinyl record, like from my childhood, that had a picture of my brother on the front, who I listened to records with, and myself on the back, and it was like me and Jeremy had a record. And when I took it out of the sleeve and put it on the record player, it was like, I couldn't believe it. You know, I kind of teared up like, we finally did it. You know, we made a vinyl, bro. We made a record album, like a vinyl record. And I put it on, and to my horror, on my little record player, every time I said a harsh S in a song, in the lyrics, it distorted badly. So what I didn't know was this the result of my terrible record player? Or was the album bad? And so I kind of I crossed all my fingers, and I got a hold of a couple people that had ordered it. And I said, hey, when you receive your album, let me know what it sounds like. Let me know if there's distortion on the S's. And thank God, so far, everybody that's gotten one said it plays perfectly and it's fine. And it's mind-blowing, man. You guys, we live in the future. For a guy, I was born in 1974, and we thought cassette tapes were the future. And then CDs came out, and we thought that was the future. But now, technology has come to such a place where you can upload your WAV files to a website that has no employees. It's just an automated website. You upload your artwork and your music, and it creates one-off vinyls and ships them to people with no human involvement. And I like that. There's no customer service. If you mess it up, you delete it and start over again. It's all up to you. But it's a pretty amazing thing to be able to use modern technology to create an old technology vinyl album. All these things that were impossible to do when I was a kid are now like at your fingertips. So cool. That's what's cool about, as you get older, stick to technology. Like, try to stick with it. I have a lot of friends my age who do not know how to use the internet at all, other than Facebook and Twitter, and to fight about politics. They don't know anything about programming, coding, hacking, whatever the new technologies are, they have no idea. It's literally they open their phone and open up Facebook, and that's about as much as they can do. And God bless them, because they can do other things better than I can. But it's a real advantage to stick to the technologies, to keep up with it as much as you can. You know, it changes a lot. Because if you have maturity mixed with modern technology, boy, you can really do some cool stuff. Like I have now, in my childhood, music was such a high barrier to entry. You had to have a record label. You had to have a producer and a giant recording studio and hundreds of thousands of dollars budget to do an album. Then you had to have radios to play it, like the radio stations had to play it. Now you spend a couple grand or a grand. You can build a home studio, record your own album, mix, master, produce it yourself, create the artwork on your computer, upload it, submit it everywhere, and you've got worldwide distribution instantly. And it's so cheap to do that even with my very, very modest, to say the least, sales, I've already made money on the album. Which I know people who have signed major label record deals, put out an album that didn't do well, and they ended up hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So let's say they went $200,000 in debt. So if I make $100 on my album, I've made $200,100 more than them. That's the way I look at it. Pretty amazing. Claudia says, happy for you, man. Thank you. Yeah, printing my first vinyl record with a picture of my older brother on it was just surreal. It was surreal. This guy, Jeremy, my older brother, he was, you know, my mentor, my best friend, bandmate, music teacher, lyric approver, role model, all that. He was also psycho, but in the most lovable way. He was like a mixture of, if I had to do two people, maybe Sid Vicious and Robin Williams would describe my brother. He looked and acted a lot like Sid Vicious, but he was also a sweetheart and really funny and charismatic like Robin Williams. Maybe add in a little Perry Farrell. But to see his face on the cover and mine on the back, and then I put the thing on it and dropped the needle, and I just went, oh my God. And what's so funny is on Cowboy in the Sunshine, I put vinyl record sounds on the music to make it sound like an album. When you listen to it on Spotify or whatever, you can hear the crackle. And then when I put it on the record player, it started, the real crackling started, and then my fake crackling started, and it was like, oh wait, I didn't even think about this. So now there's two crackles. There's the real vinyl crackle, and then there's my album's produced crackle. So there's lots of vinyl crackle. What's up, Bolo? Yeah, I did it. I put the crackle on Star Child as well. On Rain Clouds, the album what I did on Star Child was the album starts with a vinyl record crackle as it comes in, and then at the very end it crackles on the way out, just like an album. On this one, on Cowboy in the Sunshine, I put it in there a lot more, like in between many songs and in the middle of some songs. Bolo says, crackle was cool. Motown Models is in the house, says, love the album, Malan. Thank you. Thanks to everybody who listened to it. And it's on YouTube and everything. I still want to make a few videos, but I just haven't had the creative push to do it, man. I have ideas, I just need to shoot the footage and edit it. I will. It took me a year to do the Rain Clouds video, so as long as I'm better than that. Just a few weeks ago. I mean, I released it on April 29th, so it's been about a month. Yeah, 3 days less than a month. I think it's my favorite thing I've ever done, and I can't wait to start the next one. A friend of mine from Tulsa, shout out George, a friend of mine from Tulsa and I were laughing about some titles for the next record. And if I do it, you'll laugh. It's gonna be funny. So thank you guys a lot for listening. I mean, the Morning Coffee family. Shout out. So Rob says, okay, so we have a friend here in India who's given us some insight. This is interesting. Because I'm sitting in California where things are kind of easing up and they're going to open the economy. He's in India. I'm talking about not being scared of COVID, like let's get over it. And he's like, wait a minute. You know, it's ripping through our villages right now. He says, in the first wave of COVID, fortunately, I was unintentionally moved to my village so there wasn't any restrictions. I could visit my family and outside. But now, he's currently in lockdown as we're coming out of it. So big prayers for Sarab in India. My God, dude, I hope you're all right. You probably will be. As far as I know, I think you're pretty young. It's not like you have a lot of comorbidities. But what do I know? What does anybody know? I don't think anybody knows. And if they do know, they're not telling. That may be the saddest part of COVID. That the whole thing has been politicized and propagandized. And it's just terrible. Like there's no way, like me and my friends, we talk about this offline. Like, where do you go to get any information that's reliable? And everybody says, I mean, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. I mean, news is dead. We're living in a post-media world. It's over. These are the last kicks, the last death rattles of the news industry. Totally exposed for being propaganda at this point. And I'm talking both sides, man. And a funny joke is like, if you want balanced news these days, what you have to do is basically watch MSNBC and InfoWars. You have to like, somewhere in between there may be some real information, but if you're only watching MSNBC, you're not getting it. That's not real. And if you're only watching InfoWars, that's not it. That's not real. Some of the stuff they say is real, but it's biased in two different directions. Extremely this way and extremely this way. So it's impossible. So you'd have to like watch Rachel Maddow for an hour and then Alex Jones for an hour. And somewhere in between the middle of all that possibly could be something real. What I've been doing to balance my news diet is basically I have one local site and then I have one international site. And I try to look at them like a couple times a day or less. Motown Models says, hey, why do you think your YouTube channel hasn't blown up? It deserves to for years. I don't know. I mean, I can tell you one thing. I picked up some real momentum a few years back when I did the Marie Kondo minimalism video, when I did the how to quit your job and survive video. Those videos have around 100,000 plus views and got tons of subscribers. But then I stopped doing that kind of content, switched to music, and people kind of, that had signed up to learn about Marie Kondo and productivity or minimalism or whatever, they're like, well, who's this guy playing the guitar? But that's, I don't know. And I don't care. Of course, it's more fun to do something when a lot of people show up. It's like being in a band and playing a concert. You definitely you'd rather have 10,000 people there than 10. But if 10 people show up, your job is to put on a good show. And if you can't put on a good show for 10 people, you're never going to get to a position where you can play a show for the 10,000. I look at YouTube as just kind of a good personal expression. And to be honest, man, a lot of problems come with fame. especially on YouTube. It's like the more people that show up, the more pressure that builds on the YouTuber, is what it seems like. I mean, I've seen YouTubers lose their minds. Maybe people that had a touch of mental illness already, and then it just ballooned to 10 million subscribers and all this pressure, and then they'll have a mental break and snap and lose their minds. Sometimes they come back and recover, and sometimes they don't. So I feel like whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. I've often thought about this with my music career. My friends and I laugh, like, man, if you had really made it in your early 20s, imagine if some label had given me like $1 million in a tour bus and free drugs and rain and just power and fans. It's like I would have had the $1 million in the bank, gone out on tour, and been dead in a week. So maybe by not making it that big, I survived. And maybe that was the plan, survival. I no longer crave fame or notoriety or attention. I mean, I'm thankful for every person that tunes in and hangs out, and every email I get that says, hey, you helped me out today, or something you said was nice. But I don't crave fame. It's like, you ever notice how a band will be really great and their first album is amazing and does really well, and then the second album's terrible? It's kind of like because they got too big too quick, and now there's so much money involved and so much pressure that the music suffers. That's a real thing too. I know bands that wish they had never signed a record deal and had that big hit single because it ruined their career. Life is so weird, guys. Like, you just roll with the punches, man, and whatever happens, happens. I wish I had known that, or really been able to internalize that when I was young, like 14. Just keep the pressure down. If you want to be in a band, be in a band. Fame has nothing to do with it. If the spotlight of fame temporarily decides to shine on you, fantastic. But be prepared. Be prepared, because it's going to move and go to someone else, and you're going to be left in the dark. But if you really love playing music, whether the spotlight's on or not, you're cool. If you're on a stage and you're able to play and make a living, forget it. So Motown, I don't know why my YouTube channel isn't bigger than it is. If you guys want to help make it bigger, share it, tell a friend, call your mom, tell her to tune in. I mean, there are lots of ways I could manipulate my channel and make it grow bigger. Like, instead of doing these live streams, I could make videos called how to make $100 a day in affiliate marketing, and it'd probably get 10,000 views compared to a couple hundred on these. And I might do that. Mix it up. So I don't know, man. Adam says he turned off the news 100%. I'm a lot happier. Congratulations. Oh, what's up, Adam? I was like, I saw your thumbnail and I recognize it. Hope you're doing well, brother. Sarab says, I stopped watching TV in 2011. Yeah, me too. I got rid of my TV when I moved into the apartment in Hollywood, which is like over 9 years ago. And I haven't had a TV since. There's actually a big plasma giant screen TV on the floor here that came with the house when I rented it. And I've never plugged it in and never turned it on. It just sits here on the floor in this guest room. So, but then, it still sneaks in online. You're not 100% immune. Jen says, yes, zero news, just common sense. Yeah, you guys are like me. We have our small little tribe of people that think at least similarly in some ways. And we disagree on a lot of stuff too. Like, I remember getting into a few disagreements on here with people, and they didn't like call me a terrible person and I didn't call them a terrible person. We just said, hey, we disagree on this. What else is going on? Okay. Because at the end of the day, we want good things for each other. This little family that we have. I think everybody in here is pretty cool and positive. We'd probably get along in real life. I think a lot of us are very strange too, and I like that. You know, in our midst, we have people that, you know, I'm an aspiring cult leader. We have a few witches. We have a few magicians. We have some interesting folks in here, man. Weirdos. All right, well, about time to get out of here. We've been on for 41 minutes, and I think that's about enough for me today. I don't even remember what we talked about. So if you're watching the replay and I said something that made you angry, I don't even remember saying it. I get on here and just talk off the top of my head, and we may talk about COVID, AMC, landing pages, music, country and western music, cowboy hats. Healthy living. Remember, if anything, if there is a message for today, it's if you want to be something, start pretending to be that thing, and soon you'll become the thing. You can literally fake it till you make it. You can fake it till you make it. In this life of ours, you can fake it till you make it. You want to be you want to be a marathon runner, start pretending you're a marathon runner and running miles and miles every day, and hey, voila, you'll turn into one. You want to be a piano player? Start pretending you're one. What does a piano player do? Well, they play the piano all the time. Time goes by and you're a piano player. All right, Adam. All right, Josh. Coffee cheers, my man. All right, Jen. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's Wednesday. It's 8:46 in the morning. I hope you have the best day ever and all your dreams come true and all of your lockdowns end. And may the news media burn in a fire. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids and adults, I will see you next time in the future. Later, boys, girls.